Are you feeling stagnant in your job or your career and you just know that you can or you should be doing better? Then get out your own way and let the journey begin. I'm going to share with you 5 signs that may indicate you need a career change, and then I'll offer 5 tips to help you get started. About 3 years and 7 months ago, I started a new job in an industry that I had no knowledge about, no experience in. Before that, I had 24 years of experience in the nonprofit sector, but I'd hit the wall. I saw a job that was completely different from anything I'd ever done on Indeed, and I actually applied. All they can do is tell me no. That's what I said to myself. Within a few days, I actually got an email to fly in for an interview. I thought it was a scam. See, when I applied for jobs before, they would bring you into an office, they would interview you, and if they saw a good fit, they would make an offer. I'd never had a job that wanted to fly me out to interview me, so I almost passed it up. But I decided to proceed, and I'm glad I did, because it changed my life. I got the job within a few days. Not only did my skill set increase, but I went from making $60,000 at my peak after 20 years in this one industry to making 6 figures within 3 years when I changed my career. And it happened because I got out my own way. As promised, here are 5 signs that you may need a career change. Number 1, hitting the wall. Hitting the wall essentially means you're burned out physically, mentally, and sometimes emotionally. If you wake up in the morning and you're dreading going to work, but then you spend the last 5 minutes of the day counting down the seconds before it's time to go, and then you end up bolting out the door when it is time to leave, you may have hit the wall. This can affect your work output. It makes you feel drained. You can start to feel professionally lethargic. You no longer have that energy to just get up and go every day. And you'll look for any excuse to take off work. Matter of fact, you'll even make some stuff up just to be able to take a day off. If this is you, you might need to make a career change. Reason number 2, limited mobility. Sometimes you'll take a job because you need to work, especially if you're fresh out of college and you don't have a ton of experience. You're probably just excited to get an offer. But after a while, you'll start to see that there's probably not much room for growth. The size of the company does play a factor in this. For smaller companies or organizations, there probably won't be much room to move around. I often worked in small organizations, and the glass ceiling was real. At the top was the executive director, and in between were probably a few supervisor spots or a manager's position. At my peak, I made it to manager. If you find yourself waiting for the boss to leave or for that older coworker to either retire, then you might need a career change. Reason number 3, the salary stalemate. If you have the education and the student loans to prove it, but your salary is still below what you deserve, then you may need a career change. When I first started my career, it was my first full-time job. But as my experience and my skill set grew, so did my worth. However, there were a couple of barriers that prevented me from making more money. 1, I worked mostly for nonprofits, and they were small. They relied on grants and other sources of fundraising, so money was always limited. Number 2, I didn't have my degree yet. So I'll cover, does a degree really matter, in later videos, but this was a huge barrier for me, and it definitely limited my prospects. Once I got my degree, on top of the 2 decades of experience that I'd gained, and I still ran into the same blockages, I knew it was time for a career change. Reason number 4, being stuck in a rut. If you feel you've outgrown the work you're doing, or the company isn't using you to your full capabilities, you may need a career change. Being stuck in a rut is a sure sign that you need to change your settings. Reason number 5, high education or experience expectations don't match the salary. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Companies that require a bachelor's or a master's degree for a ridiculously low salary. When I returned to school and I completed my degree, I applied for a supervisor's position for a nonprofit that, on the listing that they had on Indeed, required a bachelor's degree and a ton of experience. I actually had both at the time. I got a call from a person in HR who said they were no longer considering me as an applicant. They told me it was because I didn't have a master's degree. I pointed out to them that the job requirement stated it was only a bachelor's degree that was required. What irritated me about that was not just that I had the degree that they asked for on the job listing and the experience. I had 20 plus years of experience for this role. It was the fact that this was only a supervisor's position and they wanted someone with a master's degree, or so they claimed. But it was just another reason that I knew it was time for me to make a career change. If you're being turned away from roles or internal promotions that you know you're qualified for because of ridiculous educational or experience expectations that don't really match the salary that they're offering, you may need to make a career change. Okay, so you've decided, yep, it's time to make that change. Well, here are some tips to help you get started. Number one, look for job titles that are similar to titles that you've held before or that require the experience and or skill set that you've acquired in your current career. You also want to look up prospective companies on job sites such as Glassdoor. Look at their reviews because you want to see what other employees say. Also, check the salary range as well as the benefits and the perks that they offer. Number two, get a resume makeover. I would recommend getting it done professionally by someone who understands your goals. Let them know that you're making a career change so that the resume can highlight those transferable skills. Your objective and your cover letter need to also state those goals. I used Fiverr to hire a resume professional and they really did a great job. Number three, be realistic. Apply for roles where your skills can transfer. If a job has specific skills or experience that they're seeking and you can't demonstrate that either in your interview or even through your resume, you probably won't get a call back. Number four, don't pass up a blessing out of fear. I almost made the mistake of passing up a golden opportunity because of the way that it came, and I thought I was being scammed. Because I wasn't used to being flown out for interviews where the company paid for the hotel stay, the travel, they even paid for the expenses. I didn't immediately respond to the request for an interview. When I came to my senses and I did respond, I had a great interviewing experience and I got the job. Again, this was the career change that I wanted, but I didn't know what to expect. So this is a good time for you to research what the company actually does in their interview process. Number five, you got the job. Be patient as you learn your new skills. During a career change, you may land a job that looks completely different from anything you've ever done, but use that to your advantage. Learn the new skills and become even more marketable. It will take time, so try to stick with it. Remember, it can take anywhere from 6 months to a year to become comfortable enough and learn the job where you don't have previous skills. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have tips for a career change, or if you have a great career change story, put it in the comments section below. Oh, and if you'd be so kind, please like and subscribe to this channel for more informative videos that will be coming soon. In the meantime, if you're looking for a career change, happy hunting.